As my channel continues to grow, I've found myself looking for ways that I can make my studio suit my needs. I've been looking for things that I could add to the setup that would not only increase the efficiency, but also work well within the vibe and ambience I've curated thus far. So when Flexispot reached out with an opportunity for me to review their new E6 desk, I was almost immediately enthused. And after doing some of my own research on the brand and their products, I quickly found that my near instant enthusiasm was well warranted. Now, this thing is amazing for what I'm trying to accomplish on this channel moving forward. Some of that a few of you have already likely seen, and now there's certainly more to come. For me personally, having a separate desk away from my main gaming slash editing slash workstation command center thing I have over there, well, that would be crucial towards growing the channel in the ways that I see fit. And I'm sure some of you who are watching this could also likely find some great uses for a desk with such flexibility. Huh? See what I did there? It is my main intention to pretty much bring you guys many product reviews that align with my interests and hopefully align with your interests, as well as many computer builds and parts comparisons, anything I can muster in the foreseeable future that I feel like fits the flow of the channel. In order to accomplish those goals, Flexispot has provided me with an amazing solution. First off, it's in the name, Flexispot. The E6 desk is sensationally flexible. Not only are there loads of configurations for you to choose from when it comes to the tabletop material, such as like the color, the length, the width. You can also choose the colors of the frames as well, but also just the functionality of the desk itself is pretty awesome. For instance, your boy Larry is what some might call a short king, right? Vertically challenged, if you will. Make some noise in the comments if you feel me. So having the minimum height of this desk go down to 24.4 inches is a game changer. Now, this means that even at my most comfortable sitting height, I can be well enough above the table to show off any products that I have on here, as well as being able to build at a seating position and get those certain shots and angles that I'm looking for. Now, if you're somebody that's taller, don't even worry about it. Like I said, it's flexible. This desk has a maximum height reach of up to 50 inches, which is much taller than my giant 6-year-old and practically like, mid-chest level to me. So if you're in the NBA, this desk has got you covered just as much. Now, weight capacity is another important metric that I'm sure we all would love to know about. The Flexispot E6 is rated to support up to 352 pounds, they say. Now, I've been on somewhat of a diet and workout regimen lately myself, so I'm not really capable of pushing that to the ultimate test alone, but let's just say I'm not made of feathers either, and this thing was able to get me up to the maximum height and back down to the minimum height again without struggle, albeit a tad bit slower than it does without any weight on it at all, which is to be expected if we're being honest. Now, this thing is constructed from durable, eco-friendly bamboo to ensure stability, so even under heavy loads, it's not gonna flex. Huh? Did it work that time? No? Okay, let's talk about setup. Now, I'm pretty handy, I got some tools and stuff, but luckily, even if you're not on the maintenance crew and you don't have access to a bunch of tools, Flexispot has included pretty much everything you need to get this job done. The only thing I use of my own is this powered screwdriver that I got quite a while ago. And I love that thing. But that was at the very end of the build, just making sure I got the screws tightened into the desk, into the tabletop. Everything else can be assembled with the provided screws, bolts, and Allen key that's included to tighten them. I was able to put this thing together in under an hour or so by myself. And I was even watching LeBron and Luka beat up on the Mavericks at the time. So I'd venture to say that if you're truly focused on the task at hand, this could be done in about 30 minutes. That's pretty quick. Now, unfortunately, you're not provided with any like under the table storage accessories, like a little basket or anything like that, but you are provided with ample accessories to accomplish some of the pretty neat cable management. Now, I was able to tidy this thing up with minimal effort, and I had quite a few extra pieces left to spare. So they're going to include this Velcro strap that you can cut down the size to do some cable ties. Also, this piece right here has some adhesive that you could stick underneath the desk to get maybe some wire management in the back, like say some monitors or something along those lines. And then these things, I don't know how well this is going to show up on camera, but these things are pretty clutch. And This has adhesive, but you could also screw it to the tabletop itself and then lock the cables underneath. So they provide you with quite a bit of tools and accessories to make sure you get your cable management under control. Now, after it was all set up and ready to go, one of the things I immediately noticed is that this desk is pretty sturdy. Like, even without anything on top of it holding it down, bumping into it barely caused any movement at all in most cases. And in fact, there's a built-in feature that causes the motor to stop what it's doing if you're in the process of raising or lowering the desk and it feels like a sudden bump or some harsh friction. It'll go ahead and stop it and try to get back to the position it was in. Now, this is a pretty cool feature, and it could probably save you from something catastrophic happening as an accident. So just always be careful, but that's pretty cool to have. Now, I've told you about my use case, some of them, but let's talk about your use case and what that might be before we get into any price comparisons and final thoughts. In 2025, which is the year that I'm recording this video, working from home has become pretty much a staple in the Western world since you know what happened. And I know from personal experience that sitting in one spot for extended periods of time can really start to take a toll on your body. So having something as flexible as the E6 at your disposal could really be clutch to make sure that you're flexing all the right spots, huh? No? All right. Imagine you're cranking out a spreadsheet or going over the monthly budgets, whatever it is you do, right? You're getting in there, you're doing what you need to do, and you need to get some leg stretches in, but you're also on a roll and you don't want to slow that down too much. Boom, you stand up and press a button. Now the work comes up to your level. You just leveled up your multitasking. If you want to take it a little bit further, right? Imagine that same scenario, but slap one of those neat walking pads under your desk so at any moment you can start getting your steps in while also stepping up your productivity output. Raising and lowering the desk is also very simple. You got some hand controls that are going to be within reach with which feature some backlit buttons so they're easy to see. And it's very easy to use, right? In order to save a setting, once you raise or lower the desk to the height standard that you want, you just press the M button and then select the corresponding button that you want to save that setting to. It's very easy. You press the button, it blinks, you press the other button, it's saved and ready to go. Now you can choose between the settings that you save to get to whatever height that you need in a very quick fashion. Now, there are many examples that one can think of for this type of desk, right? Maybe you're a creator. Maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a gamer, maybe you're just somebody who works from home. Maybe you're just one of those people who needs a mobile but flexible desk solution. But if the price isn't right, is it going to be even worth it going into any of that stuff? No. So let's talk about that. Now, as I mentioned before, there are flexible options when it comes to configuring your Flexispot E6 desk. This one here is actually, I believe, the biggest one they have, which comes in at a whopping 78 inches long by 30 inches wide. Now, I know I'm bougie, right? I just wanted the biggest and baddest one they had. This is not a very common setup, to say the least. And actually, it might be even a little bit too big for me, but we're going to make it work. But let's take a look at some of the current pricing for something a little bit more traditional that you might find yourself wanting to purchase. So here we have the 55-inch by 28-inch, which I believe is a very typical desk solution, right? This is going to be where most of the people are going to find they want their desk to be. And the current price as of recording this video is $369.98, right? So $370. Hi guys, Future Larry here. Now allow me to briefly interrupt past Larry because as I was finishing the final touches on this video, Flexispot actually reached out and said, "Whoa Larry, hold your horses. We know you're doing an amazing job." This is what they're telling me. This is what they said. "We know you're doing a great job, but we're actually having a big spring sale coming up in a couple of days. So if you could hold off on posting that video and update them that the sale is coming up and the prices on it, we would greatly appreciate it." So on March the 25th, which is now the day that this video will go live, they're having a big spring sale and it's going to be up to 50% off. So the prices that past Larry is showing you at the time of filming aren't the best prices. Today will be the best prices moving forward for the rest of the week. And I'll also be offering an additional 5% off with my personal discount code that I'll have linked in the description. So if you want to take advantage of the best prices, make sure you click that link in the description. If you need a new standing desk, now is going to be the time because that big spring sale is coming and it's up to 50% off plus an additional 5% with my discount code. Just wanted to update you guys on that. Back to the video. And as I've noticed with them, there's usually a very nice coupon that you can apply to them. So today we're looking at an additional $60 off, bringing it down to $310, which is very reasonable for the quality of desk. Now, Flexispot, they truly do stand behind their standing desk, no pun intended. So much so that they've backed it with a 15-year warranty, which is honestly unheard of for this type of product. Competitively, if you're looking around, it's going to be more closer to like 3 to 5 years max on the market. So if you are looking for a dual motor standing desk on the market, there are some cheaper options, of course, and there are going to be some more expensive options. But where I found that Flexispot stands out is that obviously the warranty I just mentioned, right? You got 15 years of security, but also having one solid piece for this bamboo tabletop just adds another layer of security, right? This material is just beautiful. A lot of the competition out there is going to have 2 to 3 pieces that, are either secured together by bolts or some type of function, where this is just one slab of eco-friendly bamboo. Is just beautiful, right? Also, the flexibility of being able to configure your desk the way you want, like I mentioned earlier, like you pick the size, you pick the color of the top and the legs, that adds value as well. So I think overall, this is a very good solution on the market. Even the fact that they include these wheels as an option. Now, I haven't actually had a chance to put these on myself, but if you're somebody who really wants mobility in your desk, right, you want to be able to slide it into one spot, do what you got to do, and then slide it back out, they include wheels. That's going to be clutch for you. That could be actually crucial. That could be make it or break it. And typically on the market, you don't see the wheels included, or they have to be included. It's like you either get them or you don't. It's not typically a flexible, well, I could use it with or without the wheels and it's going to be just as sturdy. So really, as a final thought, the only drawback that I've found, and I'm being rather nitpicky here, is that they don't include what I would consider enough wire management for the things you would likely have on the desk if you're using the desk for your main content creation setup, right? Now, this is small and this stuff can easily be purchased elsewhere, but I could definitely see how if you're someone like a gamer who has multiple monitors, maybe a PC tower with a bunch of USB cables coming out of the back hooked up to it, you'd likely be looking for some extra type of cable management accessories to keep all that tidy. They definitely offer some, like I mentioned earlier. We got the Velcro strap, we got the cable organizers here. But that's just a little thing that I noticed that could present a small issue for some users. Other than that, again, maybe some type of storage basket under one end, just for, maybe a remote or something that you want to store under there. That's really all I got. All in all, I am very impressed with the E6 from Flexispot, and I'm excited that they invited me to review this desk. If I had to give it a number like out of 10, I would probably go 9 out of 10. I think, 9 out of 10 is a good number, just that 1 point for those few things I mentioned. But if you're someone who's in the market for a new standing desk solution, I could confidently say that you will not be disappointed here. So follow that link in the description to grab yours today, and make sure you tell them Average Larry sent you when you leave a positive review, because I'm sure you're going to love it. Stay safe out there, and as always, one love.